What's good, y'all? Today we are playing some Deathtouch Tribal. This has been kind of around for a while, especially since Fynn the Fangbearer came out. Whenever a creature you control with Deathtouch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Of course, 10 poison counters mean that player loses the game, so you only have to hit your opponent 5 times with Deathtouch creatures, and they lose, which is pretty cool. Doesn't happen too often, but the threat is enough to make opponents react strangely quite often. Usually when you see decks that are built around Deathtouch Tribal, they are very low to the ground and run a lot of not so great cards like the 1/1 Deathtouchers and generally curve out around 3. Instead of that, we are playing more good cards like Lovestruck Beast, Binding the Old Gods, and the Great Hench to be a more mid-range shell. That's been working pretty well so far. A lot of removal with Bloodchief's Thirst and Ram Through. More on the sideboard, of course. Chevill, also a good value Deathtouch creature. Whenever you get to put counters on your opponent's things. When you kill the things with counters, you get life and cards. Pretty cool. We ramp a bit with Wolfwillow Haven and Binding. Nighthawk Scavenger, another Deathtouch threat with lifelink to help you crawl back into the game. Murderous Rider, more removal, lifelink. Toski is our only real card advantage here. Questing Beast is a good mid-rangey green card, so we have that. And on the top end, we've got Gargaroth, Vivian, Garrick, just good things in most matchups that are difficult for some opponents to deal with. On the sideboard, Duress, Necromentia for Sultai and whatnot. Another Murderous Rider when they have things that killing for 3 mana is good. Flunk, Strixhaven card, kills indestructible creatures a lot of the time. Decent against mono white Winota, stuff like that. Witherbloom Command, versatile card. If your opponent's playing Mazemind Tomes, Wolfwillow Havens, this can be good. Can help you hit land drops. Another Questing Beast, Culling Ritual, is an interesting new card. Destroys all non-land permanents with mana value 2 or less, and then you add a bunch of mana. If your opponent's real low to the ground, this can get rid of all that, and it can sometimes be free. You can then do something else with your turn. Pretty nice. Pelucranos for rogues and other grindy matchups, and another Gargaroth because it's a fun card. Also, we've got some Mammoths and Agadeem's Awakenings because I kept missing land drops, and I didn't want to do that because we kind of have to get to 4 a lot of the time, so we've got 28 lands, including those. Shouldn't be missing too much. That is the deck. Let's go try it out. On the play, Gigantha usually means Naya. We've got a Deathtouch creature, some removal and some ramp, so we'll keep. Our opponent very high in Mythic, see if we can knock them down a peg or two. On our tapped land. We'll take another land. We do need to get to 5 for Vivian. Okay, they have a 1-drop, so we will go with Fynn, so we don't take damage. Or our opponent doesn't attack us, rather. Yep, that Edgewell Innkeeper is going to have to go. Chevill is tempting, though. Can get our own card advantage engine online. Although we could just play Vivian next turn. If we Wolfwillow Haven and let them do things here. Alright, let's build up our own stuff. Let them draw a card or two. won't attack there because Fynn only trades 1 for 1 if they triple block, which isn't great. Let's get rid of the large creature. Our opponent might play Henge, so we should do it now. Do I really want to play Vivien instead? Vivien is more mana efficient. Alright, we'll go for Vivien. We might draw land off the Chevill trigger, which would be really bad. Vigilance seems decent here. If our opponent has land, great Henge. Oh well. Naya doesn't usually run Henge though. Spellbinder, that's fine. I'll gladly pay 4 for this ram through. Let's put us... No, it doesn't work that way. We can't kill something in response to Chevill. Let's make one with reach so we can take care of the Spellbinder. And we can wait until their turn to ram through. It's no rush. I think we are just passing here though. Guess we could have found something to do at sorcery speed. Like a Blood Chief's Thirst there. Would have been better to kill the Lovestruck Beast there. Oh, they really want to kill this Vivien, huh? Well, let's do this first. I don't think they have instant speedways to remove Fynn. Stomp or Giant Killer doesn't do it. If I thought they did have one, of course I would go for that while they were tapped out. Lorehold command to kill Chevill. Oh, that gets indestructible, huh? All creatures get indestructible. Alright. Fine. Lorehold command. Very interesting. I don't really want to give up any creatures just to save Vivien. And now I can give them 2 poison counters. Or 4 poison counters, rather. And let's just get back Chevill here. Alright, that's the only thing we can get back. I guess knowing I was going to draw the Agademes, I could have sacrificed the Blightblade as a blocker there. And we could have kept Vivien at the expense of our Reach Beast. Alright, they really don't want me drawing cards off the Chevill. Our opponent is monopolizing the card draw here. Spellbinder, no hand. Like to see that. Yeah, this 3/3 is not doing much while they have a Lovestruck Beast on board, so gladly block there. Get our own Lovestruck Beast, not too bad. Well, I showed my hand there, but I think we're fine attacking with these now. Yeah, so that flyer would kill us slowly if we let it go. Alright, they were holding a Giant Killer this whole time. No, they would have drawn off it earlier. They took that off the top. It's probably game. Edgewall Innkeeper is better than our entire deck. Yeah, game 2. I made some questionable choices there, to be fair. Gargaroth should be good here. Culling Ritual as well. And Blucranos, I think. Garrick's a bit pricey. And 1/1s are not very good, as our opponent has their own 1/1s that they'll happily trade. Tusky is our only card advantage, but doesn't often get through here. I think I want to bring in Flunk, another way to get rid of Edgewall Innkeeper. I'm not sure whether I'm taking out Murderous Rider or Tusky. We didn't see anything super big that Murderous Rider really feels good on, so I think that's it. And yeah, Questing Beast trades down to Lovestruck Beast. Call that good. Sure. We have Chevill, which our opponent has demonstrated they are very concerned about. On the play, I think we're fine just getting this out of our hand, not paying life for it. Top deck the land anyway. Let's play Fynn into an open board. Our opponent might not give us anything to put a counter on with Chevill here, and they do not. That's alright. I'd prefer removal, but I'll take any non-land. Now, don't play a 3-drop that trades with Questing Beast. Fantastic. Here's Questing Beast. Might just be holding up Chop Down. Nope, no Chop Down. No plays at all. Like to see that. Crowan War is a bit of a problem. That works. Bind to the Crowan War. Get another black source. Because the Henge gives us all the green we'll need. Never mind, there goes the Henge. Don't want to lose Chevill here, so just the Questing Beast. We can still cast Henge next turn though. No green lands from our opponent here. Cast the Henge before they do anything about Questing Beast. And they can't block Chevill here or they die. Unless they have Lorehold Command again. What a card. Lightning Helix plus Global Indestructible. I'll cycle this land. We don't need more mana. Probably should have scryed first. Doesn't super matter. Also shouldn't be giving away the plays. Relax. Yeah, just Fynn. Second Lorehold Command. Of course. What a gamer. Absolute technology over here. Vivian's good though. Alright, they've acquired green mana. we can no longer win this game. Yep. There's Vivian. No creatures off the top, of course. Can't be that lucky. Get this with reach. Now they draw their entire deck. And chopped down. This Agadeems will get us somewhere, though. I'll happily trade here. Keep my Vivian. Alright, so we can do this up to 4 here. I think we get Chevill over Fynn. I get another one with reach here, I think.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
So, Scavenger, Questing Beast, Chevill. Then we get to draw 3 with a Henge, because we are also gamers. And then, do I Thirst and Eddy, or go with Pelucranos? I think we Thirst and Eddy. We have to slow that card advantage down a little bit. And do this to get more mana for next turn. Let's see. I can't very well block Questing Beast. Bone Crusher jumps. Down to 6. Alright, we're still in this. What do you got, opponent? Another giant killer, sure. Draw another card. Another 3 for 1. Okay, again, I'll happily trade this token to keep my Vivian alive. Made the mistake of not valuing Vivian enough last turn. Eddy is the biggest problem here, so that's who we're going to... Are we ramming through, or are we killing it with Pelucranos? Do we minus Vivian here? What 3-drop could we get? We could get a Mammoth or a Lovestruck Beast. Probably a Mammoth without any 1/1s on board. Is that better than just keeping our Vivian safe, though? It's not that much better than a 3/3 with reach. Though, Mammoth does draw another card off the Henge, so I think so. Here's Pelucranos. Or we could get a Nighthawk Scavenger. That's probably better. Shuffle away that swamp, see if we can find another creature off the top. Alright, our opponent's done. Game 3. Do I bring in Witherbloom Command just to kill Eddy? I guess it also kills the flyer, right? But what would I take out? Toski? Toski doesn't really get through here. They might play Casket or something like that. Witherbloom Command also kills through Lorehold Command, which seems irrelevant. Do I need Culling Ritual here? Yeah, if they go off with like Clarion Spirit, we're going to want the Culling Ritual. We'll try that. It's not going to do it. As good as Chevill is, this is better. Put back a Questing Beast. Should have a good 2, 3, 4. Looking for land. That's land. Play Eddy. No Eddy. Am I commanding this 1/1. It is the mana efficient play. I probably want to play Lovestruck Beast over the Scavenger next turn though. So that means we should use Lovestruck Beast to the fullest. They're just going to stomp the token. No? Not stomp. Right, if they don't have Eddie, we should be in a decent spot. They do have Giant Killer though. I'll save the 1/1. I don't want to kill their human with this Witherbloom command. Let's see, what else could we do? We could play Questing Beast. And then Ram Through's online. Or we could play Scavenger. And Lovestruck Beast token. Which might be better. Questing Beast gets damage through. Just go with that. Scavenger doesn't die to another Giant Killer, but how many of those can they have in their hand? The answer, of course, is enough, but we shall see. Showdown, alright. 4 lands. Nice. That might win us the game there, folks. Alright, here I will save my life total. I want Questing Beast alive so I can do ram through things. Witherbloom command here definitely gets us back a land, so I'm going to go with that. Target player mills 3 cards, get rid of the 1/1. I'll mill 3 because we have Pelucranos. And we're using 3 mana here. Yeah, we can make another 1/1. Or we don't have to hold up Ram Through and we can play Scavenger. That's also decent. They do still have 5 cards in hand though. There's not just the 3 lands there we have to worry about. Second showdown, alright. Whatever they're looking for, they're gonna find it. Alright, there's good cards. We don't have an answer to the Akroan War handy. Might have to ram through our own Questing Beast, which would not be ideal. Our opponent has some difficult decisions to make here. I'm sure they want to get that Eddie down. Will be the Sentinel though, alright. See, how aggressive can I afford to be here? I don't think I can use the ram through to get rid of the Lovestruck Beast. So they do have Eddie coming down next turn. We're definitely playing this as our land for turn. Don't think attacking with the Scavenger here is worth it. We can either play both halves of Lovestruck Beast or play Scavenger and hold up ram through. I think Scavenger hold up ram through seems better. Though if we have the second Scavenger, we can attack with this one, as we are going to have to kill our opponent eventually. That 1 point of life could matter. Yep, Clarion Spirit into a Crone War, I'd imagine. And Eddie, because they have the land as well, of course. Yep. Culling Ritual off the top would be pretty nice here. We also can't block this Questing Beast. I guess Ram Through is just as effective if we don't control Questing Beast. I don't think we can take 5 here. Maybe we can. We are attacking back with lifelink, but our opponent has a 3/3 flyer, so that's not a great plan. How much... Actually, if we're killing any of their things, it's not going to be Questing Beast, right? Questing Beast is just a 4/4 with Vigilance here. The Flyer and the Giant Killer are more problems, and the Innkeeper. I think Clarion Spirit is what we're most worried about, though. Not that we have much chance of surviving next turn anyway, especially with a draw like that. They've probably just got us here, as they draw cards with their creatures, and they still have the counters from Showdown. We don't have our engines in the form of Vivian and Henge. Alright, that's enough. Two black lands, 5 green spells, not going to do it for us. That's a bit better. What are we putting back? Probably the 1/1. It's the lowest impact. A lot of tapped lands here. Looks like this is going to be Izzet Dragon. See if they have an answer to Fynn. They do. Could be Frostbite or Borrower. It'll be Borrower. Is there any world in which this isn't Flash and Borrower? Didn't think so. Play Fynn again. Do you see it coming, or would you rather just play your Borrower? Dispute, sure. Still a main deck dispute on the ladder, ladies and gents. Garrick is not doing anything for a while here. Nor are any of our cards until our opponent plays some permanents. Alright, that's a castable card at least. Are you going to counter a Lovestruck Beast? Yes. Okay. I will continue doing nothing then. I'm not playing a binding on nothing here. Especially since it kills Goldspan Dragon without giving them a treasure. which with any luck they will play here. Nope. Well, there's the land. Get the feeling a Gargaroth will just get countered here, though. They might not fight over. Alright. They care about their borrower enough. Fair enough. Hold priority with the passage here just to show our opponent how it feels. There's the Goldspan Dragon. Land off the top and we can Garrick it, but then Garrick dies, of course. That's assuming they don't have negate or D-stroke or something. They do have something which holds priority, which is probably either Frostbite or Bone Crusher. We find the land. Garrick is our best available play. Okay, get rid of the Goldspan Dragon. Is this the Frostbite short? I'd rather use a card to get rid of Garrick than to just attack it with the Borrower next turn. That's fine. Now when we play Gargaroth, at least we can get a Ram Through off with it before they bounce it. Assuming they don't counter it, that is. I don't think full-priced Bloodchief's Thirst is the way here. Alright, that's gotta be an Epiphany then, not a counterspell. Maybe they play Behold the Multiverse. Yep, Epiphany for nothing. If they don't find an answer to the Gargaroth, we're still very much in this. And they don't have that many answers to it with 2 Brazen Borrowers down. So here it is. At least once it's on the board, they can counter it quite easily. And I'm not Bloodchief's Thirsting a bird, so here's Fynn. Especially not when we have a reach creature. 3rd Borrower it is. Alright, good game. I'm not Bloodchief's Thirsting a bird to stay alive at 1 there. Let's see, Pelucranos is alright against them. Can fight down their flyers. Gargaroth, of course, is good, as we mentioned, except for the 4 cards they have, of which we saw 3 in that game. That can't remove it. Blightblade is too low impact. Duress is alright. I think we want Necromentia to take out their Epiphanies. Scavenger is good. Murderous Rider is okay. Toski, also they can't remove except for Brazen Borrower. Questing Beasts doesn't feel great because they have Bone Crusher, probably. We didn't see any that game. Chevill is probably too hard to make line up, especially with them running Frostbite. Makes these 2 both look real bad. So I think we're just cutting all of those and bringing in some removal with the Murderous Rider and Flunk. Can kill dragons as long as they don't have that many cards in hand. Can definitely kill Borrowers, so we'll take it. It's better than Bloodchief's Thirst at that. Yeah, that seems alright. This is a tough matchup. We'll need to draw land. We'll try it. It's hard to turn down any opening hand with a Lovestruck Beast in it. going to Necromentia here. Do I name Epiphany or Borrower? Is the tricky bit. Let's see, Epiphany is a ways away, and we don't really have any answers to Borrower. Let's actually name Borrower here. Alright, none in the hand, whole bunch of counters. See, they'll find more cards with Iteration. Fire Prophecy can probably just kill the 1/1. Anything weird in the deck? No. They do run Magma Opus, otherwise this is pretty normal. Dragon, 1 Shark Typhoon. Well, those 3 counters will be difficult to run through. But if we find an untapped land, we can get something down here. Probably Toski. Well, Toski can't be countered because he's that awesome. So if we do find a land, it's going to be Questing Beast. If we don't, we'll just play out the Mammoth and the Lovestruck Beast, because Murderous Rider can still hit a dragon. Our opponent will have to discard to hand size here. Be one of the counters. We find the land, so here's Questing Beast. This 1/1 is their only Frost or Fire Prophecy target, so I don't really want to put the beast down if it's just going to not be able to attack anyway. If they pass here with open mana, Toski looks really good. Alright, they're just going to 2-for-1 themselves to get rid of the Questing Beast. That's fine. Toski still draws 1 extra card, so even if they don't have counterspell mana up, I think that's the play. Never mind. Second Necromentia. We'll get a look at their hands. Alright, so we're playing this as land for turn. Do I really want to Necromentia here, rather than getting Toski down and drawing an extra card? Yes. But what do I name? Is it Goldspan Dragon, or is it Epiphany? Alright, we'll find that out later. Just go with Toski. If they go for Goldspan Dragon here, we just murder it. I guess that's a point in favor of naming Epiphany. We have removal that can deal with Goldspan Dragon. But it'll just be Tome. No dragon this turn. And with no borrowers, we can attack with Toski absolutely without fear. Draw 2. Could have played the Questing Beast there, but I don't think that's going to be the mana efficient play this turn. I think Lovestruck Beast and Necromentia is going to be better. Sure. Thought they might counter that, so this will definitely resolve. I will name Epiphany, as we decided, since we can remove their dragons. At this point, they should be out of things that can beat us. Questing Beast probably just runs into the D-stroke here, but you have to get it out of their hand somehow. And I would probably rather they counter Questing Beast than Vivian. Yep. Play this on black so we have the option to murder something. Possibly the Faceless Haven if they power it up here. Surprised they're not frostbiting this 1/1. Well, here it is, sure. Well, we don't have that much of a clock, but I think we hold on to the Murderous Rider. They'll find their creatures at some point. Vivian next turn should give us enough threats. There's Agadeem's Awakening. I don't really want to run that into a counterspell though, especially just for Lovestruck Beast, Questing Beast. Let's attack first. Second Toski in case they do somehow find a way to deal with this one. Here's Vivian. I imagine they counter this if they can. Resolves. Get a beast with vigilant or reach rather, because of all their flyers. And pass. A scry, not a draw. Does that mean this is Magma Opus to kill Vivian? Yep. Let's get our mana. We might murder this 4/4. Yeah, might as well. We might find something to use our mana with for next turn. Off our 2 draws. Okay, those are not it. We could Awakening here, since our opponent has so kindly tapped out. I think that is the play. Probably should have done it pre-combat, because we could have attacked with Questing Beast, but it's fine. And play the Haven, because we don't have anything else to do. Okay, there's a Goldspan Dragon. It doesn't beat Lovestruck Beast or Questing Beast. If they attack with it, they're obviously dead. Yeah. There isn't much they can really do without Borrowers and Epiphanies. So Necromentia was a good add there, I believe. It is a lot rougher on the draw though, to be fair. But what can we replace it with? Duress? Duress might be better on the draw. Let's try it. What do we got to lose, huh? Nothing but rank. Go for it. One land, not gonna do it. That's better. Do we put away Garrick? Probably. Just eats a counterspell in this matchup. Although Mammoth just eats a Frostbite, not much better. Binding's decent. Lovestruck Beast, never terrible. Foretell. Let's just get our Lovestruck Beast going. And I don't want to give up on the Mammoth just yet. This hand doesn't do a whole lot. Don't want to give up our second creature this early. Alright, we find another land. And here's a Lovestruck Beast. Resolves. Borrower? No borrower. Tell again. Though they do run several Sod Comings, it's not necessarily Epiphany. We don't have any other way to make a second 1/1, so we'll just go to combat here. And then we can Haven and Mammoth. As much as I'd like to have the Mammoth on board when I go for this Fabled Passage. I think we just need to get as much aggression down as we can. We might have tricked them into boarding out Frostbite after them not seeing many 3 toughness creatures last game. Alright, those are probably Epiphanies then, if they didn't counter the Mammoth and do nothing here. I don't want to give them the free block on our 1/1 with the Haven, so we'll hold that back. They go to 3. Alright, those would better be some good Epiphanies you got. Yep. I'll hold the flunk for a dragon. Possibly Faceless Haven. Yep, there's Epiphany number 2. Takes a lot of them to kill me from 20 though. And they do absolutely nothing to stop a questing beast if we find one. Alright, and nothing. There's a land. Once again, hold back our 1/1. They must have found something there, that many cards. Powers up Haven. I will flunk a bird if it allows me to keep my Lovestruck Beast. Not sure why they're double blocking the Mammoth, but okay. Resolves. I think I make the 2/2 from the Wolfwillow Haven here, rather than binding their bird. Since they are at 3, every point counts. That would explain why they double blocked the Mammoth. It's interesting that they think I'm going to have a 1-1 around more than I'm going to keep making land drops. Or other way around, that they value the Mammoth over the Lovestruck Beast. So I think they've seen enough of my deck here to know that we don't have that many 1-1s. Let's see if we can get rid of this. Without a blocker, if they only have 1 removal and they use it poorly. Okay, sees it coming. Let's try again. Alright, they don't have another removal spell for our 1-1. We got him. Close game. On the play, looks like we get our revenge against Giganta here. We have Lovestruck Beast into Henge, can't ask for more than that. Open with the Temple because we might cycle the Triome. We'll definitely take removal here. Tends to be pretty good against Giganta decks. Our opponent is confused because we are playing Jank. Or possibly they don't have a second land. No, they do. No Innkeeper though, so we're happy. We'll just slam our Lovestruck Beast and hold off. If we can get this Henge down, we're in pretty good shape. They don't generally have main deck ways to deal with that. They do generally have main deck Giant Killer though, which is the main way they take us off that plan here. Alright, no Giant Killer. And also no Eddie, or they would have played that before the Lovestruck Beast. Or maybe not. Well, I'm definitely going to ram through the Eddie, because that card is the bane of my existence here. With the mana off of the Great Henge, that is. Get out of here. No attacks. We're fine playing defense. With the Henge, we should get overwhelming power eventually. Don't even think I block here. We're gaining 2 life a turn. And we might find a way to get rid of the beast they leave behind. Alright, we have 2 questing beasts. That doesn't really matter. Alright, we have Fynn as well. It's going to be more mana efficient, though if we find an untapped land, we can do all 3. Though the 1-1s aren't great here. Let's open with Fynn. Ooh, Toski's nice. Let me draw even more cards. Alright, we find a land, but it's tapped. They'll definitely trade a 1-1 for our 1-1. Make them just jump here. I don't think they run ways to deal with Toski. They just have to go bigger and better than us, which at this stage of the game doesn't look super likely. The shield does usually deal with Toski, but it has a counter on it. That just means this 1/1 doesn't get through. Alright, our opponent does not know how to play their deck. Playing Clarion Spirit after their first spell of the turn, and Eddie after playing Lovestruck Beast. Very strange. Let's open with the cheap one. Second Fynn, not really what we're looking for. Here's Questing Beast. Just send in everything, I think. We'll draw cards. And they all at least trade. Or Toski they can block with the Lovestruck Beast, but that's fine. Lovestruck Beast doesn't trade though because of the shield. That is true. But we still draw 2 cards. Oh, our damage can't be prevented because Questing Beast has all that text. Very nice. And we'll go with Chevill here, why not? What a lad, Questing Beast. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control cannot be prevented, along with 5 other relevant abilities. Whew. Alright, up against them. Flunk is good because it kills Eddie and Clarion Spirit, which are the main ways they kill us. Tempting to Necromentia just for a showdown of the Scalds, but I don't think that's the play. Gargaroth's not great because of Giant Killer. It does die to removal, as the kids say. This is a matchup where these two are pretty good, because they block everything. Tajuru Blightblade doesn't often get through because they have so many 1/1 tokens, so I think we can get rid of those. Is it Questing Beast? Is it Culling Ritual? Is it Pelucranos? Is it the Necromentia? Necromentia is just a heck of a card. Witherbloom Command's not bad. They have a lot of 1 toughness creatures, and it does help us hit our land drops. Yeah, let's go with that. I think that's similar to how we sideboarded last time. Not that last time went very well for us. On the draw is not great, but Bloodchief's Thirst and Mammoth are 2 pretty solid cards. The only acceptable answer to turn 1 Eddie is turn 1 Bloodchief's Thirst that sucker. Get out of here. Magistrate, huh? We don't care that much, do we? I mean, I'm sure they play the 3/1 Elite Spellbinder, but otherwise none of our cards exile themselves. Here is a Mammoth. Next turn we can Toski. Seems alright. Buying Gigantha on 3 means they can't have that much. All their best creatures are 3-drops. Crowan is a good card, though. Can't deny that. But they'll wish they used it on Toski. Toski attacks next combat if able anyway. At least it can stop us from taking 5 from our own Mammoth here. Or 7, as it is. If our turn here is just play Gigantha, I think we're doing alright. We'll get our Mammoth back next turn. We're working towards Garrick. Naya doesn't usually run ways to sacrifice the Mammoth. If they have Despair Sentinel, of course they can tap it, but if they had one of those, I'm sure they would have played it long ago. I will block the 7/7 over the 1/3, thank you. Alright, plays Gigantha. Left Struck Beast. We can't play... It does Adventure, so we can't do the other side, but they're not going to remove Toski, so we don't care that much about playing the 1/1. I guess Finn's fine here. We have to attack. I'm sure they'll block rather than let me draw a card. Though if they don't know how Edgewall Innkeeper and Clarion Spirit work, they might not know how Toski works. They do. Here is a 5/5. And I get my Mammoth back. Not too shabby. We're going to have to do better than that. Giant kills the 5/5, sure. I'll take 5. I'll gladly kill that with Garrick. There's the Sentinel. Very interesting. Yeah, I think getting Garrick down here is pretty good. Though that means we probably hold back the Mammoth to block, but then they tap it with Giant Killer and Garrick's dead anyway. So I think we're attacking. We might make the 2/2s first with Garrick, because they block everything except Gigantha just fine. Alright, they let us get a card off our Mammoth. That might change our play. It does not. This way we at least have a chance of Garrick sticking around. I think that's better than destroying Gigantha and getting a random card from our deck, since we also get the 2/2s, which are not irrelevant here. Alright. Now we will kill Gigantha. If I may. We don't have any creatures with Deathtouch, so we'll just... Or play our land first, so the Mammoth is a 5/5. Then we can go to combat. Vivian is a good card. Definitely a good card. Let's see, we can't play both Vivian and Fynn though, so I think we're holding back both the wolves. Even if our opponent top decks a Showdown of the Skalds here with this board state, as long as we keep our Planeswalkers, I think we're in good shape. Here's Vivian. Let's see, no flyers yet, so I think we'll go with Vigilance over Reach here. Trample is also good, but with these Planeswalkers we can afford to be defensive. game. Not too bad. Alright, back to go over the deck. This is not a tier 1 deck. I'm not going to say that. It is a lot of fun. It is playable in Mythic. We do get some wins. I've had a reasonable win rate with it so far, but you're not going to get to the top. But it's good enough that you don't get depressed playing it. It's not like jank, you know? What would I change? I don't really know. There's some choices I'm not super happy with, like Culling Ritual is kind of awkward since our key permanents with Chevill and Fynn that kind of make the deck run are 2-drops, but you know, it's a decent card against a lot of the meta. Gargaroth is great. The top end I think overall was fine. I don't want too many Planeswalkers clogging up the early game hands, but having them there as alternate win cons was very helpful when we got them. Toski is amazing. Possibly go up to 3 or 4 of him. He was phenomenal every time he hit the board. Questing Beast and Binding we know are solid. Nighthawk Scavenger kind of underperformed, as did Murderous Rider. Lovestruck Beast and Mammoth, of course, are still phenomenal green creatures, and Blightblade never really saw that much action. There's just too many other 1/1s for it to still manage to trade down as a 1-mana card. You could just run more removal instead, and go for a slower win with just Fynn instead of playing all the early creatures like Blightblade and Scavenger. Flunk, I think, is a decent removal spell. We didn't get to use it too much there, but I think it's worth trying. Definitely keep Necromentia. If you're not running counter spells, you need Necromentia. That's the only way you're going to get through Immersion Ultimatum and powerful spells like Alrund's Epiphany, stuff like that. Just Necromentia, I think, is a lot safer than running just discard like Duress. The mana base was fine. Definitely run some number of spell lands. I like Mammoth and Agadeems. We got to use them. They worked pretty well. Ram Through is a fine removal spell when that many of your creatures have Deathtouch. Bloodchief's Thirst, I think, is very important because you can play it on turn 1 against Edgewall Innkeeper, and Ruin Crab are the 2 main offenders. Yeah, that's the deck. It's a fun one. Try it out. Thanks for watching.